talk about something that came up when I was like researching you, as one does, and you were like a friend of the Wiggles, and you did you make an on-air joke one morning and say I could be a Wiggle? Or
yeah, it started off as a radio gag thing where I wasn't aware of it, but I ended up, the Wiggles were coming to Auckland, and I got surprised that I was going to be going on stage with them, and I had like 4 days to get ready.
Wow!
And so the gag was the brown Wiggle, which I'm brown, so I had no problem with that. And then I did this one show with them, and I was like, well, I can tick that off the box of, that's another pearl in the necklace, man. I got to go on stage and sing with the Wiggles.
Australia's most successful entertainers.
Oh my gosh. And the nicest people. Okay, legit nice.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. And so I did the show, and then a little while later, Blue Wiggle Anthony goes, hey, we're doing these, these DVDs, and we're writing these songs. You want to come to Sydney and do some stuff with us? I'm like, sure. Okay. So I go over there, and they wanted a song about New Zealand, right? And they said, could you write a song about New Zealand? I'm like, oh, okay. So they gave me a guitar. I go back to the hotel that night, and I wrote a song called Kia Pai, have a good day. Have a good day, Kia Pai, have a good day, Kia Pai. And so I'm sitting there, and
it's genius,
singing the song.
Yeah.
And I'm playing it in front of the Wiggles, like an audition, like see if they'll like it. And I'm nervous as heck because I've never written a kid song before, and it's the Wiggles. And I'm like, this is like, I'm going to be sick. I literally thought I was going to be sick before I sat down. And I'm not a great guitar player either, so I'm like, oh. So I sing the song, and there's silence, and Anthony goes, mate, love it. What does it mean? I said, Kia Pai, have a good day. Da-da. And he goes, great, okay, let's do it. I said, let's do what? He goes, let's do it. We're going to record it. And of course, they've got a studio in their building that the Wiggles have. So I walk in there, we record the song, we shoot the video, and then it goes out. And I think it's had, look, I don't care much about numbers on YouTube. I think it's 15 million views. But here's
not
the
that
best
you're keeping
bit.
an eye on
look, I'm humble about Petra.
Humble as.
I mean, the truth is, if I'd done it myself, it'd be 5 views, not 15 million. Hey. But the best bit is, I get messages from people from Croatia, from Ireland, the UK, Australia, America, Canada, France, the Middle East, and Singapore, Hong Kong, from Kiwis who are living overseas, who they wake up in the morning and they play that song for their kids.
Aww.
And it's just a touch of home.
Yeah.
It's a small bit of home. And then, so we did that. And then we did the song again a few years later. And I said, I want the Kapa Haka group from Sydney to join us. And they were freaked out. They're like, oh my gosh, we're going to be in the Wiggles video. So they all turn up all ready for Kapa Haka. They've got everything on. And they walked in to the studio of the Wiggles, and the Wiggles were like, they descended on them like, what? Tell us about this. Tell us about your moka or your tattoos. Tell us about what you're wearing. Tell us about your taiaha. They were genuinely interested. It's not just like, well, let's just tick that box.
Yeah.
They wanted to know who they were, what they did, how they did it, about Kapa Haka competitions, how they perform, what they think about. And we did Kia Pai Tora again,
Awesome.
Oh, it was wonderful. So, yeah. So,
Miharo. That's so good. And then you weren't allowed to be the brown Wiggle anymore.
You know what? I said to them, it was my idea. I said, look, I want to change it up. And I went to my old primary school in South Auckland. I said, let's design a new skivvy for me.
Yeah.
So my wife, who's an art teacher, sat down with these kids, and we just said, just draw these different ideas,
Yeah.
And they went to town. So we redesigned the whole skivvy, and we turned their drawings into my new skivvy for the tour last year. And then we only did one school visit the whole tour, and that was back to my old school in East Tamaki in South Auckland.
How cool.
So they had a full-on mihi for them and everything. And then they did a performance for us, and then the Wiggles did a show for them. And that was the only school visit that we did. And I was so proud to take the Wiggles back to South Auckland.
That is so good.
It was awesome, man. It was great.
So good.